Okay, we have our first bonus run, which is Elite Force Meow Mod run by Build Nye and amazing commentary by Covert Muffin. So whenever you guys are ready, take it away.
How's it going, everyone? My name is Bill Nye, and if you haven't seen Meow Mod, you're in for a treat. And if you have, you know exactly what to expect. I'm here with the great Covert Muffin. How you doing?
Hi, I'm here. Yeah, so
And-
I
mhm.
actually haven't speedrun this game, but me and Builder are good friends, and I've like coached him in like Jedi Knight Academy and like helped him with like routing and stuff like that. And this run in particular is very similar to like Quake and like other sort of like Source and Quake engine based games. So you folks are in for a treat. It's very fast paced, especially with the Meow mod, right? Builds.
Absolutely. With Meow Mod specifically, it's a speedrun mod made by Dr. Myeontum MD. That's why it's named Meow Mod, named after the creator. Unfortunately, you're not going to see a bunch of cat ears or Klingon saying like meow or whatever. It's going to be a lot of fast-paced gameplay, excellent strafing, and just a really fun time all around.
Yeah,
We
so
go
like
over briefly, like this game runs on the Quake 3 engine with like a
yep.
lot of strafing and all that. You want to go a little more into that, Muffin?
Yeah, sure. So strafe jumping basically is when you draw a vector by pressing either the side key or by moving in a diagonal, like Build is doing right now on your screen. So pressing W plus A or plus W plus B and then turning into that diagonal while jumping over and over allows us to build speed as well as retain it. So you're going to see this all over the place, and it's going to allow us to do some really cool sequence breaks, especially right at the beginning. But some other really important notes about Meowmod is that it removes a bit of RNG because it cuts out on some of like the escort missions where you have to like follow some
Mhm.
NPCs or get NPCs to like get to elevators and stuff like that. So it causes for a lot faster paced run with a lot less downtime. So it's very action
Absolutely.
packed and really really cool. Also, we're going to see explosive boosting, which is going to allow us to build a lot more height than you're supposed to be able to do. This is possible in the base game, but in the base speedrun itself, you have to activate a console command in order for it to be possible. So it's not really in the base categories of the game itself. But in Meow Mod, we have it turned on because it causes some really cool sequence breaks that you're going to see throughout the run.
Mhm.
But that being said, I believe we're ready to get started. Are you good to
Absolutely.
go, Builds?
Yep, I'm ready to go. Let's get it.
Awesome.
All right, counting us down in three, two, one. Let's get started.
All right. So right out of the gate, we're going to be sort of on a board ship, and we're going to be seeing a few sequence breaks as Build is going to be working through these hallways. So breaking some switches is going to drop some laser doors, allowing us to go through. And then we are going to see a camera glitch where Build is actually not going to be traveling through the floor, but they are going to be pretty much lowering their camera in order to be able to press a switch that is going to be lower, stopping them. So here it is, crouching and pausing the game, and he gets it first try. That's actually a really precise timing, so really nicely done from Builds. Then,
Absolutely.
yeah, it doesn't stop here, right? There's going to be a lot of really tight hallways. Build has just scripted out this movement and doing a really cool crouch climb by crouching in midair, raising our hitbox, allows us to get a little additional height. And so all of these sequence breaks save a number of seconds. So Builds is just knocking out these really difficult things, as well as going for some really tricky jumps.
There we go.
Nicely done. Yeah, yeah. That one's a little tricky, but it's just beautiful movement. I mean, this is just so incredible to see. It's like, and this is just the beginning of the run, right? It hasn't even been a minute in the run, and we've already had like what, half a dozen sequence breaks. It's just so ridiculous. This run is amazing.
And we're going to be up here talking to Johnson. Hi, Johnson. Bye, Johnson.
So that's just a random NPC, but we gave him a name because he deserves the name. Like everybody deserves a name on their tombstone, as he was engulfed by a giant ball of fire. Poor Johnson.
Absolutely. And the reason we're Voyager is all destroyed like this, we got taken away, classic Voyager plot, by some magical entity. Woo. Well, we'll learn about their names
Ooh, high
sooner
fantasy.
rather than later.
This is some beautiful science nonfiction, if I have to say so myself.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're going to go straight into engineering, and we got to stop a warp core breach, guys. I can't believe it.
Yeah, so here we're going to be coming up to an area known as an arena, which is there are going to be a few arenas in this run where pretty much an arena in speedrunning is a room that has a list of enemies that we have to kill, and we are not allowed to progress in the speedrun itself until we kill them.
And we can do a little explosive boost here just to get a little enough height to sequence break all that.
Yep. And
And
that, like,
here's a required arena.
yep. And so Bill just like knows where these enemies are going to spawn, and so he just sets up in good positions in order to just be able to kill the enemies. But there's a little bit of randomness, like when they spawn, and like sometimes like if Bill doesn't catch them immediately, they can start running around, like you just saw there. But Bill has been doing a good job managing this arena.
And with
We do have a
Meow
donation to read if there's
Okay.
time.
Please.
Heck
We've
yeah.
got $15 from previous runner It's Page with a message, happy to participate in more GFH and hopefully we can get to the goal. Good luck to everyone else running at this event. So thank you, Paige.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Love it.
Great job on your run. Cool. Okay, so this level in particular is going to show off a few really cool things. This is probably some of my favorite movement in the run itself. But basically, Build is going to be trying to go through these hallways without bonking on enemies, right? If we can move around the enemies, we can continue the speed that we're building from strafe jumping and be able to continue them down these hallways. Then Build is going to be using this weapon with the alternate fire, which is going to shoot an explosive underneath his body in order to build height, in order to be able to sequence break certain areas on the level. Then, in order to be able to get past enemies, sometimes Build is actually going to sacrifice optimal strafe jumping in order to kill the enemies. Because the moment that enemies die, their hitbox actually completely disappears. So Build can just kill an enemy and continue a strafe jump chain directly through them. Whereas in games like that we've run, like Jedi Knight Academy and Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, the bodies are actually still corporeal, so they still have hitboxes for half a second after they die. But that's not the case in this game. In this case, they just disappear immediately, even though you can still see the textures.
Hold down for a second. For a large area, we had to go through all of that, but for some reason the devs were like, as you can see, you mean just shoot through the floor. Cool. So we can use our damage boost and just get up there.
Yeah, so this damage boost is really particular, where you have to pretty much fire and to like jump at just the right time. Yeah, there you go. In order to be able to get height, right? So he wants to be as close to the explosive as possible in order to be able to get the most height out of that explosive. If he jumps and then shoots too late, then he just won't be able to get the necessary height to be able to do that sequence break. But nicely done.
The best
Another thing to,
formula.
yeah.
The
Another
best
thing to
formula I
notice.
found is
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
gotta shoot at the exact same time, like space and alt fire at the exact same time. You shoot the most height. Just like that.
That one is so precise. That is such a tight timing to be able to get that. Not only that, it's a ramp, right? So like he wants to be at the highest portion he can on the ramp in order to be able to hit that. So that is an incredibly difficult trick. I'm so glad you got to show that off.
All right, you see what you were saying?
Yeah, so another really important aspect of this speedrun, and we'll talk about this a little bit more later, is something known as health management. So Build in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen has 104 health at this point. And so each explosive boost, yeah, you're shooting literal explosives underneath your body. Of course it's going to hurt. So Build has calculated out and sort of optimized his routing to really make sure that he has just enough health to be able to navigate certain explosive boosts in really particular spots. But on this level, I want to just draw attention to these doorways that have these sort of like slanted up ramps on like either side. And so the doorways are a lot thinner than you might think. And so like if Build is not perfectly centered on the doorway when he's traveling through them, he'll just like pop himself up and just like really slow down. So Build is actually nailing all these doorways really, really well. It's very
Yeah, don't
impressive to
jinx
see.
me.
Yep.
We do have another donation very quickly.
Yeah,
We've got $50 from Adam Rice with the comment, great job. So thank you, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So on this level in particular, build they're just refilling health in order to set up for some more explosive boosts later on. Um, there are actually a lot of these health kiosks as build goes for a cycle there, gets it, nice skipping an arena. Um, there are a number of these health kiosks, and build could like play this game a lot safer. But because build is like a top tier runner and like absolutely amazing at this game, he's actually skipping a lot of these health kiosks. It saves him like half a second. It saves him 2 seconds in like
Hmm.
specific spots. But oh no, there are these insects, right? Builds. Oh,
Right.
jeez.
That sounds
Which,
like foreshadowing to me.
yep, he who shall be named later, who we absolutely hate, and everybody in Twitch chat, no, do not feel any sympathy for this individual or these individuals. Excuse me. They're the worst.
They're
They're
the
the absolute
dynamic
worst.
duo.
Yep, in the worst way possible. Like dynamic, as in like, imagine how long it takes for like milk to spoil if you just like leave it out. Like it takes like a week, right? Like they're so bad that they can spoil milk in like 2 hours. Like it's
Absolutely.
bad. It's really bad. That's how bad these people are. So some nice movement here, just like going through some vent systems and then coming down this ladder. And we are going to be progressing with this mission. Yeah, there was a health kiosk, but oh, big sequence break. Yeah, gets it first try. Let's go, Build. Oh, that was so good, dude. So that was actually an adaptation to the route for that sequence break that Build just like learned, and we like labbed out like right before the run started.
Yeah, literally like 5 minutes before it.
Yeah.
And those two guys, those were George and Steve. I think I got Steve there. Here's George. See
Oh,
you, George.
God. Yeah. So these NPCs that we were not naming earlier, we will name now. They are known as George and Steve, and they are the worst. And as this game progresses, we will totally not lie to you about the lore. We would never lie to you, Twitch chat, about the lore whatsoever. But basically, these insects in these vents here, yeah, that's George and Steve's fault.
Absolutely. They plant these big cockroaches in here.
Yep.
There is another donation.
Let's hear it.
There is $20 from 10IQ with the
Okay.
message, "My pockets are absolutely drained from this event, so I'm sadly limited to $20. And I see no better way to spend it than 20 meows. So I'm sorry, guys."
Oh my
So
god.
that is meow, 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 meow. So thank you for that, 10IQ.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Ted, and thanks so much for having us. This has been a lot of fun. We really enjoy these marathons a lot.
I look forward to this every time.
Cool. All right, so here's one of the few elevators that we have to take thanks to Meowmod, but Build picked up a sleep dart earlier in the game. So this actually just absolutely breaks this boss wide open. So using the sleep dart on the boss and then just shooting them with a phaser for like half a second ends up like sequence breaking that incredibly long and grueling boss fight. It saves like over a minute, right, Build?
It saves 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah,
At least.
that's ridiculous. It's like one of those things of like, how did speedrunners figure that out, right?
I think it was like some random guy on the YouTube like 15 years ago or something. I don't.
Yeah, I love that. Awesome. So now we're back on the Voyager. So we have thwarted George and Steve. They hired that bounty hunter to try and kill us, and they
myself.
failed. So we're back on Borg. And the Borg are just like trying to amass more Borg people because they have found out that George and Steve's plot is to basically, go on, Build.
Foster, no.
Yeah, so George and Steve ended up trading Foster over to the Borg to try and distract them. And so that's why the Borg have sort of turned on us, and they're trying to assimilate us as well. So yeah, like once again, George and Steve are the worst.
Yep.
And this is all to buy time for them to go under alien metamorphosis. Because those bugs that you saw earlier, they have been doing laboratory experiments. But yeah, so their cool animation clip, just leaning through the laser wall and then shooting the alternate fire to break the switch. Nicely done. As instead of explaining things, I've just been memeing around about George and Steve. So some nice hallway movement here as well, just builds continuing to progress through. A lot of these doorways, again, yeah, like there, just like tripping up on that rubble, just causes us to lose a little additional time and then causes the NPCs a chance to be able to actually move around, right? There's actually very little RNG in this run itself because the enemies always spawn in the exact same locations. However, if we end up bonking or slowing down, that just gives the enemies precedence and like time to be able to get in our way. So like it's a really fascinating sort of difference between sort of a newer runner and like a very skilled and adept and experienced runner like Build, where the more time you have in this game, the more consistent it gets to run overall.
We're coming up on the consequences of our actions. Foster, what they do to you, bro?
Yeah, so here's a boss fight. Bill just has to kill a number of the Borg off, and then they are going to attack Foster, and that will end up getting us through the level. A little bit of a safety heal there for marathon safety.
He's dancing with us.
Yep. So sadly, we had
You
to
have two more donations if
Oh,
Okay.
great.
time for it. We've
Yeah,
got
we
a
do.
$10 donation from Wild May with the comment, "Let's go build." And I couldn't agree with that one more. And we've also got $22.20 from Novo with the comment, "I think this run was missing some more meows. Please a few more meows,
Oh,
Mr.
my.
Commentator." So for Novo, meow, 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 meow.
Thank you so much for those donations. That's going to charity, folks. So thank you so much for helping out a great cause on top of donating during this run. It's absolutely wonderful to hear these meows.
The death tube.
The Death Tube. Yeah, okay. So Star Trek didn't want to get sued by Star Wars. So they worked in a plot here to take out George and Steve before they can finish their metamorphosis evolution into a giant alien creature by having us sneak onto the Death Tube. Definitely not going to. No, it will shoot a giant laser. I don't know why I'm trying to trick chat. It's look, we're gonna shoot the Death Tube at George and Steve, hopefully taking them out. But yeah, definitely not the Death Star. No, this is the Death Tube. So here, what Build is doing on each of these doorways is like they take a bit to open. However, Build can actually get through the doorways a little bit quicker because if he just jumps and sort of crouches in the doorway, that allows him to get through a little bit sooner instead of waiting for the door to fully open. So that's a cool bit of tech. And then here's the cool sequence break.
This is literally the most inefficient way to do that.
There you go. Yeah, I got a little stuck there. So movement on this level is really cool as well, like going through these tight hallways, because there are these like sort of they're not like spider, but they're like arachnid robots that are kind of like low to the ground. And so Bill just crouches, yeah, just like that, over and crouch climbs on top of the robos. He's actually able to get over them and like maintain his strafe chain if he can jump out of it soon enough. So it's a really, really tricky timing, but it saves just a little bit of time. And this is like the level of optimization that Build has brought to his gameplay. Okay, there's the Death Tube powering up as we continue through these hallways. Oh yeah, another sort of camera drop here. So the timing for the pause is at a really particular time. Like it's really close to like immediately after he starts crouching, but it's not like the frame after. There we go. Nicely done. And that allows us to sequence break a good portion of the level. So that's really cool to see. And then landing on a bit of a lip there in order to mitigate some fall damage, because that shores up enough health to be able to still do an explosive boost. Ooh, okay, that was a little scary, but he was able to get through. Yeah, right there. And then we can heal up after that explosive boost. Oh, I love the movement at this part. This is like some of my favorite movement.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I'm getting stuck.
Yeah. Yes. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we're gonna. Oh no. The is fine as well.
Whoa there, gang.
No, you know what?
Whoa.
This is fine.
Oh, they're
Oh
going
no,
back.
they're just going back up. Don't
Oh, they're
worry.
gone.
This is. Oh no, you're gonna have more. So this is like the scary thing that happens when like we don't get like optimal movement, right? If we just slow down a little bit, really scary stuff like that can happen. Because once again, Bill does not want to lose any health in order to be able to do the explosive boost. Yeah, like even taking a heal there as well.
That's like mandatory
Oh
for.
my God.
If you just dance on them, they can't hit you.
That's beautiful. That's all the robots really wanted, is they just wanted to dance. And then if you don't dance with them, then they get mad and they hit you.
100%. I'm going to do a little.
Yep. Okay, so there we tried to fire the death tube at George and Steve, and we were able to take out Steve, I believe, but not George.
Something like that.
Yeah. So we killed Steve, but we didn't get George. And so George, getting pissed off now in his new alien overlord mutated evolution state, has now decided to attack the Voyager because we killed his best friend, Steve. So George sends all of these bugs over. Yeah, and there's dead Voyager members. Oh, poor Carl getting eaten. But oh yeah, watch this, chat. Beautiful jump chain all the way. So you get to watch it again. Oh yes.
You gotta watch it a third time.
Yep. That's my favorite thing about like failing tricks in like marathon performances, is that like you just get to show off really cool movement again.
True.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Is this the level with the kill plane? Am I remembering that?
No.
No. Okay.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting close. Yeah, so there, builds like killing that enemy just allows him to move through, and once again, very low health. Yeah, build is just going to opt to heal up there. I like that. Just
It gets a little spooky if I don't do that.
yeah, for sure. There's a lot of enemies on this, and then especially like if build misses like a strafe jump chain, like especially in these more narrow hallways, the enemies can just move and just completely box build out and then attack and hit. Yeah, nice sequence break there on the elevator using explosive boosting again. And we are progressing on through. Yeah, I think something like also really subtle about the movement as well is that like you don't build like a ton of speed from like every single strafe jump, but it really is a culmination of being able to like nail jumps over and over again. So here's a really particular sequence break where if Build is able to get enough distance, he's able to land on the bridge. But yeah, just getting boxed out there by an enemy NPC. I may just want to kill it. Yeah, this is a lot more. Enough. Yeah, this is very difficult.
There we go.
There you go. Nicely done. But yeah, just like taking an extra second on that setup before the quick save, right? Just like gives those enemies a chance to like get in the way. So like this run is very difficult, but yeah. Oh yeah, go on.
So basically, oops. Okay, I'm gonna save right here. All right, so basically, if I jump anywhere in this plane, it's like, oh. So, how do you expect to go fast? We do a very sneaky little trick over here. The size of a player model.
Yeah, so there's a tiny little...
Like, even if I'm a pixel off.
That one was close.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically there's a giant horizontal kill plane. So if we cross that, we will just die instantaneously. But there is discovered that there's this tiny little hole that is like pretty much the exact width of a player model. Build is not joking. Like if he is a pixel or two off, then he will just instantly die.
I got it.
Nice, there you go. And that allows us to sequence break a significant portion of the level. So that's really nice. Thank you for slowing down intentionally to give me time to be able to explain all of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so activating the elevator takes a little bit of time to activate after you press the button. So build just grabbing a health that costs no time.
Mhm. And here we are, the final boss.
Yep. So here we have to finish off an arena that's going to spawn in a specific number of waves of enemies. And then after we clear those, then we will be facing none other than George himself
Absolutely.
in an epic fight.
Just gotta get through all his little minions.
Yep.
Just look how ugly his
Oh my God,
look what bro
George!
became. His
What did
skincare
you
routine
do,
was not
George?
helping him.
He said he was just going for a day spa. What happened? Yeah, so there's George, the ultimate alien overlord. We already killed Steve with the death tube, and so now
All that's
we're
left
going to
is
kill George.
mono y mono.
Yep. So the George fight is about a minute, and then after that, pretty much after like the cutscenes start, that will be time, and we'll call out time when it happens.
Sounds good. There's the blue dudes.
Yep. Yeah. So those blue flying dudes over to the right pretty much signify that we are now going to be starting the George fight. So pretty much the George fight, we just continue to attack and continue to move around so George can't hit us. It's like one of those boss fights that like is scary in a normal playthrough, but like for speedrun purposes, as long as you just keep moving, you just will never really take damage. It's not scary at all.
Unless I look away or get distracted.
Yeah.
Or get a random bolt to the face.
Yep. Okay.
Should be just about done.
Yep. Fights nearly. Yeah. There's the end of the fight. So after a bit of time, some cutscenes are gonna start. So get ready on time.
And time. Oh, that was a good one.
Nice. Looks like
And
it was underestimate.
I believe it was.
Nicely done. So, Bill, do you have any sort of like shout outs you want to do before I give some?
Absolutely. Thank you, Gamers for Hope Marathon, for hosting this. Bandsty, you're an awesome host. Thank you to everyone who donated. And this is a great cause. Let's keep it moving. Muffin, got anything?
Yeah, thank you so much. We've almost raised $400 for the charity so far, which is absolutely amazing. Like we've only been going for like a couple hours. So like thank you so much to everybody who's donated. Major shout outs to a few people in the community. Dr. Meowington from Meow Mod, definitely massive shout outs to him. This mod is a lot more fast paced and reduces the RNG in the run overall. And so I really enjoy it a lot. That being said, also massive shout outs to Sphere MJ, who is really kind of like the pioneer of speedrunning Elite Force. He really was the one who came up with the majority of the route, but then also has been running this game for a really long time and also developed a mod for this game in order to make the game a lot more stable because this is a very old game. So massive shout outs to Sphere MJ. He's a pillar in modding and like many different speedrun communities. And then massive shout outs to Builds for running this game and having me on. This was a lot of fun. And thank you so much, Gamers for Hope, for having us back on. These marathons are always so fun. And thank you, everybody, for donating once again. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you to both of you for giving us that amazing run. It's always such a pleasure to have Meow Mod on this stream. It's great that we had it as a bonus run. Unfortunately, that's me done for the night. I'm handing you back to the capable hands of Novo. Thank you so much to everyone who has donated. As Covert Muffin put it, we're almost at $400 already, and that's almost our next incentive for our next bonus run. So keep those donations coming, keep the love coming. All of this is going towards stand up to cancer. So thank you guys so much. Coming up next, we have another record for GFH, and that will be our longest speed run. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be a fun one. It's a co op run. We'll see you guys soon.